Yes, yes, yes. Recording live from somewhere else. This time it is part two of the 2017 Hippies, the annual presentation and showcase of our
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
and feelings about everything that happened in the year in hip hop. Philmatic, we are welcoming our guests back as they hopefully have gotten a chance to digest and just revel in everything that we talked about in part one.
Yeah, man. Get all them good gems that we dropped on part one.
Yeah,
Now we here to finish our breakfast.
yeah, that's right. It's only right. Again, shout to Knife Wonder, our producer of the year. Shout to Tiffany Haddish, who was our Black Diamond of the
She
year.
ready?
Shout to Saha the Prince with the
Absolutely.
No Dope on Sundays. Our album of the year, our mixtape slash non-retail project, Bar Exam 4,
Mm.
RJ Payne. It's Payne. That's right. RJ Payne, our breakthrough artist of the year. And we just got a few more categories to go through, man. I really enjoyed kind of reminiscing, and I'm ready to get into it for these next joints. So
Yeah. I gotta give a shout out to my Cody in the back.
that's
Uh,
right.
I mean, you might as well say hi since you get your little shine. You gonna say hi to the people so they can hear you. But she can't even hear me.
Yes, you can. Anybody
Say
that's
hi so they can hear you.
that's right. Anybody that's ever heard our drops, just know that voice that you just heard just now is
Hey,
the architect behind that.
tell all the people who's the best rapper ever
That's right.
from the mouth of babes.
That's right. So yeah, salute to Princess Z. Filmatic, let's get into it, man.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to start to talk about.
I think she just dabbed on this.
She definitely
Well,
did.
you got to leave that back in 2016, babe.
Yeah, 2015.
Oh,
Uh,
all right.
yeah, so books. For those that don't know,
Read?
yeah, we actually
Yeah.
can't read, man. We don't just listen to music. We also listen to books as well as read them, man. So
Yeah, man.
let's
The
talk about some
written, the
of the
written
books.
word, yo, it's a beautiful thing.
It is, man. And, there's a lot of articles and memes and columns and captions and comments. All that stuff is fine, but every once in a while, you just got to just hunker down and actually get into someone's real thoughts and
Mhm.
what they were feeling at the time and what they're choosing to share. And I felt like 2017 had a really good mix. But besides hip hop, obviously we talked about Nicki Union, we talked about Tiff Haddish and the books that,
Absolutely.
the books that they put out, as well as Jennifer Lewis. There was
Wow.
there were some good books that came out that really gave us a good idea of what Hollywood, how Hollywood is treating these ladies, how they got to the point where they were.
No dope.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So as far as on the hip hop side, Radrick Davis, man, everybody's favorite reformed clone. Uh,
Yo, that is the greatest thing ever, yo. That dude was so dramatically rehabilitated, if you will, and changed mentally and physically
yeah,
that that Black Twitter was up in a road that he might actually be a clone.
uh,
And and
it's amazing.
and 3 out of 4 links in the bio believe it to be true.
They definitely do. I mean, if you see where he was to where he is now, I mean, it probably has a lot of validity to it, at least.
Yeah. Well, but in the book, it actually explains why he looked the way he did and
Yeah,
why he no longer looks the way he's held. I mean, so again, 3 out of 4 links in bios will never know
yeah,
why he looks the way he does. Well, hopefully we can inspire that one to read the book because I'm telling you, it is some entertaining shit.
man. The autobiography of Gucci Mane. He's actually like Gucci Mane Jr. Like that was the part that was pretty cool. Like I thought he just made this name up. Like yo, his father goes by
It's
Gucci Mane.
it's the original Gucci Mane.
So that was just a jewel in itself right there.
Yo, but it starts off with him in a ultra familiar confrontation with law enforcement that for most people does not end well.
Wouldn't have ended very well at all. So
It ends with a hashtag in a lot of mad black people, but somehow, some way, Gucci made it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be here, man. If you look at all the things that he survived and everything that he's been able to, I mean, I don't know another word other than just beat. You know, like
he is the
defeat.
Yeah, he's the conquering hero for all things hood. Like it's a mate, like from jail fights to gun fights.
Yeah,
I mean drugs.
Just about every time that he was arrested, he had a firearm on him. If nothing else,
yo,
as a felon, you know, right there, that's already a automatic 5 to 10, like without even. And depending on what your parole or probation is, you know, it's probably
what state you in, and I'm of the mindset that that Georgia doesn't play. I mean, they call the police the Red Dogs. So
I'm gonna say no.
Quick question though: have you seen Hot Tub Time Machine? You've seen it, right?
No.
Oh, well, spoiler alert. There's a running joke throughout the entire movie of course, as the name implies, they go back in time, and in the future, this guy has the groundskeeper at this ski lodge is missing his arm. So when they go back in time, they're trying to pinpoint the exact moment when he lost his arm.
Okay.
And so all throughout the movie, they're like, "Oh, it's going to happen right here," and it's all these different events where it looked like it should have happened, but it doesn't, and you eventually find out how he lost his arm. But I brought that up to say that Gucci, I'm like, all right, this is the time where he gets X'd out. Like, I mean, even though I know because he's obviously here, I know he doesn't, but I'm like, yo, all right, this is where it happens. This is where it was so many different instances where it could have been R.I.P. You know, he could have been the name on a mural or a mall airbrush T-shirt, and we would have been like, damn, what could have been.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is where he is right now, having convos with Malcolm Gladwell and
Bill Simmons,
marrying
Keisha, shout to Keisha, man.
She's a real one.
She held him down for sure. You know, anybody that checks out the autobiography of Gucci Mane, you'll be able to definitely
you'll get that story of how they met and why for what it's worth, he owed her that ring in marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Shout to Gucci, and apparently this isn't his last book for sure. He's looking for more. So
Radrick Davis got more to say, baby.
Hey, man, I'm all in. One of the other books that we wanted to highlight that was in this category, of course, is Black Privilege. Charlemagne the God. Regardless of how you feel about him as a person or as
very polarizing.
Yeah. But for the most part, though, people that understand his story and understand where he's coming from, you get a lot of respect for him. Once you really kind of get into why he's the way that he is, and for the most part, he's not fake. Like he tells it how it is.
And he definitely says what he believes.
A lot of times he's right, though.
A lot of times he is. Whether you agree or not.
Yeah.
He does tend to be right.
Yeah. So everybody's entitled to their opinion, and he's not afraid to get it. So Black Privilege was a drink that it was just good to just hear how many times he was told that the station was going in a different direction. Like he heard that like 5 times.
He's another one that's a definite survivor, yo. He worked in NYC for free. That's to me that might be his biggest feat of his career, yo. Like
no question. It's like how do you
where a cup of coffee is $87,
right?
This boy was up there free. So
he was hustling though for sure.
Oh yeah, no, there was some there was some weight strapped to his leg, yo.
Yeah, but no, man. Shout to Charlemagne, Black Privilege, another one of the joints that we felt was.
It's gonna cost you more if you got to give him to Florida.
There you go. Action Bronson, this was a joint that you wanted to make sure that we included in here. Tell us why.
Because it's a fucking food, yo. Fat Boy Delight, yo. As I've said many times on this podcast, Action is such an entertaining dude that he doesn't even have to rap and he will be all right because he's so entertaining. And this book, shout out to the Burtons because they're the first ones that who let me know that this book existed, and then I went out and got it. Recipes, stories, it kind of, you kind of understand how he came to be, why or how he got into rap, how he got into food, and you understand a lot of the things he says on his music and on his show make sense when you read the book. It's really just basically a celebration of food. You know, it's not a cookbook per se, it's not a autobiography per se. It's kind of, it's much like his TV show. It's a whole lot of everything, but it's just entertaining, yo.
Mm-hmm.
You will get recipes, you will get great anecdotes, you will get all that, but it's at the end of the day, it's just a great read.
Man, salute to Action. We also had Chuck D, this day in rap history. Chuck D presents This Day in Rap History. He originally was just doing this on social media, and then eventually he put it together. It's narrated by him, as well as DRES. So I mean, there's some jewels in here that obviously we knew, but we didn't know, but we also thought we knew that they got cleared up.
Yeah.
One of the best ones in there, of course. I'm a huge fan of DWIC, which is actually an acronym. Do what you can, kid.
Yo, that might have been the most earth-shattering thing ever. Like, there nowhere in the world have I ever seen that. And then but Primo definitely confirmed that that's what it was, and I was just like, wow. Yeah. Like, had you ever heard that before?
No. I mean, that's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, the urban legend, and what I always thought it was the from him scratching on the record, the sound that it made.
Yeah.
And that's,
I mean, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then I also was told once before that it was the dance that Greg Nice was doing in the video, which made sense to me. I mean, you know, why the fuck not? You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But do what you can, kid. That's awesome, yo, man.
There's some jewels in there though. So anybody that's looking to brush up on your rap history, there's
when Chuck tells you, it's just so much more official.
Yeah.
Like it's like when somebody tell you something and you don't believe it, then the next person tell you, like, oh yeah. Like Chuck just has that extra, you know, it gives it that official tissue stamp. Like, yeah, what he said.
Facts. Last but not least, man, we just wanted to just shed some light on a franchise that's about to go to a whole nother level. I mean, it's gonna go to heights that we did not think that it would ever go. I don't think, years ago. But the Black Panther series, the graphic novels that came out in 2017 are an extension of the ones that have come out over the past couple years. They were basically developed, written, curated by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Just well written, well just put together. So anybody that's looking to kind of just take a different type of literary path and something that's a little bit more fun, I suggest you check that out for sure. So with books, we don't really pick a winner, but we definitely do like to give props.
Always.
Shout to them.
Got
Filmatic.
you all emotional. Y'all choked up. Reading is a big part of my brother's life, and sometimes it tugs at the heartstrings. You know, the written word.
Feeling it from the heart, B. Feeling it from the heart.
Yeah, he's feeling it from the heart now, B.
All right. Let's talk about exclusive.
My dog need a lozenge.
I know, man, right?
Yo, the fuck is a lozenge, yo? Yo, that's a you haven't yo. I remember the first time my grandma was like, "Yo, you need a lozenge." I was like, I thought that was some kind of procedure. I was like, I don't want no parts of whatever that is.
Nah, me either. I still don't, and I know what it is.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yo, that's.
I need a cough drop.
Yeah.
It's like one of those ones, like Kleenex. Like you don't need a tissue. I need a Kleenex. I need some Vaseline. Not petroleum.
Who are they making copies? You better go Xerox that. Oh man.
Let's talk about exclusive performances, man.
Nothing to talk about. There's only one. No,
there can only be one, like Highlander, but
no, there was some dope performances this year.
We actually, to get prepared for the show, to get hyped up, we actually listened to one of the ones that we nominated. And that was when Griselda in right around the time of March Madness, they went to Show Off Radio, Shade 45.
And it's exactly what they did.
Yeah, this is right off of the heels of the announcement that that they were going to be Shady in their scoop.
It's bittersweet though, man, because as dope as it was, it's one of the last. I think it might be the last time we had Prodigy was on any type of radio show. He dropped a couple gems. It was fire, and the best thing about it, nothing that P said rhymed.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just saying words, but you felt that shit.
Yeah,
and that was the beauty of one of the greatest to ever do it, man. He painted a picture similar to Arnie Barnes.
Yeah,
but his is more ghetto, more guns, mostly thugs.
So yeah, Benny, they went over a few classic Primo joints, and they just did their thing, man. Kicking the door, they just did their thing, and what we always love, of course, is the ad libs, but not the ones that are like over the top, not the battle rap, overzealous battle rap, weed carrier ad libs, but the ones that are like, woo, yeah, dance on them, killer, like those joints like that where you get the face and because if it's a video, you get the face and the woo, like those are the ones. So we definitely got a lot of that with that. Shout out to Griselda again. Huge.
On that note, one of the best. If you want to see a reaction shot, I think it was the 2010 BT Cypher, the one that had Ace Hood, Jewels, Kiss, and Fab. And when Jewels was rhyming, he said he said one line, and Kiss, his face was like, he did one of those joints. He was like,
yeah. You gotta love it. One of our guys, and this will be a lot of usual suspects in this joint, man.
This is definitely
King Crooked.
Oh yeah,
King Crooked. And I mean, he did it again. Like he just did it so easily,
effortlessly. I know it's the LA Leakers one.
It was Overcome Clean, and he freestyled maybe like the last 6 bars, but everything that he did was just magnifique.
He's so good. Like it's like when you watch somebody that's naturally just talented, and it is so effortless to him. It's like Steph Curry's jump shot. Like you know he worked at it, to get it perfected, but you also know that's so much natural skill is just fucking ridiculous. So.
Like one of the points that stuck out, he was like, something like it's gonna be hard to get me out the garage if she's not talking dick massage, and I'm responding later than Nick Minaj. Like, and it was right around that Sheether, like,
then, like right when she like maybe like a day or two after she made her
yeah, it was perfect. Yeah, so yeah, it just little jewels like that to let you know that these bars are fresh. That's always good too. So shout to King Crooked, Loaded Lux, someone that a lot of people have been waiting to kind of see him in that type of setting, over a beat, no less. We know what Lux does.
I thought Lux was going to explode, yo. Like he was like a pressure cooker, like when that joint started rattling, he was like.
Yeah. He was over the Cameron joint, the free Cameron and Beans, Just Blaze joint. So yeah, now he killed that. Kept it Harlem. Just fire.
Just rock.
No, I think you're right. I think it's just fire.
Well, no, it's some kind of just.
Yeah, for sure. And then as we started again, LA Leakers, Sci-Hi went on there. I think he did over the Milkbone.
Keep it real.
Yeah. So it's always a treat. That's the quintessential
showman,
Yeah. So he
you know what he gonna do.
He loves to spit bars. Like everywhere he went, pretty much during his media run, like you rarely see people do it at the Breakfast Club.
When you told me he spit on the Breakfast Club, I was like,
yeah. He did it over I think over the Blast, over Quality High Tech, the Blast. I think so.
It's like, if you want me to come on, you gotta let me gotta let me do what I do.
Yeah, I mean that's what we like.
I love that.
All right, so we're gonna get to the last two, man. I mean, I think people that know us and know what we're about, know our brand a little bit. They know, what the ultimate one was. Huh. See what I did there? But the pinned ultimate one, man, was Method Man, who, like we said, like he had an invigorated year, man. Like he sounded fresh every time we heard him, pretty much, and his punches are sharp. Yeah. And Meth did his thing.
Like 93, 94, 95, yeah.
Yeah. No, Meth did this thing on Sway. However, gentleman that was sitting beside him, got on the mic and did what he does.
The MC that MCs aspire to be.
Yeah, so
I have to do it to death till you're tired of me.
Yeah, Method Man and Black Thought on Sway, that was definitely one of the best ones for sure.
And Meth had to go to the he had to go to the phone. He was like, yo, he's like, I'm here with Black Thought. Like when other dope artists know your reputation and it precedes you to the point where they know they got to be on their job so as to not get 3-0 body bagged.
Yeah.
Or it's like walking in front of the train and somebody pull you back right before that joint X you out. Like, whoa, don't do that. So yeah, Meth did his thing, but
yeah. I want to give an honorable mention too. Of course, Jay-Z does the Made in America festival on the Parkway in Philly every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was like year 5. This one that just recently passed. 5 or 6, I think it was 5. And Meek has been someone that's had a stage and he's performed there and he's used that platform. But with Jay 444 coming out and all the hoopla of him actually doing all these festivals, he went into a little encore set where he gave people some B-sides, and he brought Meek out to do Dreams and Nightmares, which
that joint was crazy.
It was ill, like the performance part, to just see Jay rhyme his rhymes, and then for him to bring him out in front of Philly like that was dope. But also, just like even when Meek left, like Jay was like, "Yo, such a fucking dope record." Like That's really is like one of the best records in the last 10 years.
Yo, when that hold up, wait a minute, come on, yo,
yeah.
That's why I get my Street Fighter uppercuts, yo.
Yeah. So, but to see that type of validation on that stage, and for it to be commemorated on a title like that, that was definitely something that us title subscribers were privy to, that we were excited for. So
trying to give you $1 million a game for $9.99, yo.
Yeah. Right. Gilly ain't like that, but that's another story. All right, man. Let's talk about the MC in the room, man. Not even the elephant, the MC in the room. Now, Jimmy Fallon, give or take a few episodes. I know they're on like 730, let's say, right? 730 episodes. Not once has Tariq Trotter ever actually sat on the couch to talk about anything that he was really doing. He does the bits and skits, and I
don't even think Quest ever actually sat on the couch.
I don't know if he sat on the couch. I think maybe when
his book was out.
Maybe when I don't know about the couch, but Black Thought was on the couch, and he was on the couch
as a guest.
Yeah, because he had one of the biggest trending moments in hip hop in a while, and everybody from Diddy to I think even Fab Five Freddy.
Yeah, man, it was
all your Clark Kents, all the guys that are the guys that we respect as far as their opinion. They basically were trying to say that Thought probably gave the best freestyle performance of all time.
Yeah.
Anybody that saw Funk Master Flex's face while this man was rhyming.
Faces.
Yeah, right. He was the mini face god for a moment. I don't even know how you could describe it to someone that didn't hear it would be a feat in itself.
Yeah, man. You sound like Nick Wright talking about LeBron. If you,
it's like a babbling,
or Sonny Hill talking about Wilt. No human being could do this. Shout out to him. No, but it was crazy because they announced it the day before that tomorrow
they said like 11 a.m.
11 a.m. we're gonna release this, and they had a little snippet. I posted that joint on our page.
Yeah,
the snippet actually got more views.
Than
the later on. But just because the fact that he was on there, one, he was rocking over Burn, which is a great freestyle beat.
It'll never be the same now, though.
No, it every time I hear it now, I feel bad for the mob, because I don't even, Vita, that was one of her few shining moments, and now.
But out of all these things that we named, I think I did make an MP3 out of Crooked. But out of all of these that we named, Thought was the one that I was like, yo, as soon as I get in the house, make sure my kids eat, get cleaned up, I gotta make this MP3 of this joint so I can really sit down and digest it. I need to be in the whip listening to this.
Yo, I took my lunch and I went out and I listened to it in the car. Yeah. Just because I had to feel like after I watched it, and then I went out and sat in the car and like listened to it, and it was just like, yo, this dude said what?
Yeah.
Like, just
still catching stuff though.
Yo, still catching stuff, one, but the references, the different he told a story in there. He talked about his childhood.
Yeah.
He talked about we just spoke about food. We talked about I can't even say her name. Padma Lichki.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's like 100% chance once we're done with this show that the two of us are going to say.
Oh yeah, there's 1,000% chance that is exactly what's going to happen. But no, like, because we're people that absolutely love bars, but the only thing we love more than bars, high quality bars that make you go, oh shit, or just things you gotta be like, yo, how does one connect with the other? Even Flex was just like, wow, like when he did his he did his ranking of it, the top 10 Flex freestyles, and he just looked at he was making more faces when he was like looking back at it, like, yo, he was like, this guy has some unorthodox punchlines. Like he could, it was just like stuff that like you would never even think about saying and like or referencing.
Yeah.
And the thing about it that made it dope, Flex let us know that a lot of the guys that come up there don't do those freestyles in one take, and oftentimes there are multiple takes. That was one shot deal. It was almost 11 minutes of rhyming nonstop. That I I do this show. We've done this show what 170 times, and you know I don't think I could go 11 minutes without a or a hold on, God, anything. Let me take a sip of water. 11 minutes of rhyming, but the thing that makes it even greater, couple weeks, about 2 weeks later, they're live in Maryland at a concert. He does the whole fucking thing again live. I got the video. I seen it.
It's crazy.
Yo. And the people that were in attendance said it was flawless. If you played it side by side with the Funkmaster Flex performance.
Yeah.
So we already knew dude's live show was better than anybody that we'll talk about, not name, probably KRS-One or, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, yeah.
Yeah, there's a small smidgen of people.
Meth and Red.
Yeah, Meth and Red, Kanye when he won it.
Mm-hmm.
That are in the realm of this gentleman, but none of them can do what that man did on Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah.
And that's the greatness of Tariq Trotter, yo. That's why we always say that at any given point, anytime he wants to be, he's the best MC in the world. Yeah. And that showed you right there. People that didn't know, yo, it was so real. It was trending so much that white people started getting mad because they didn't know who Black Thought was. They didn't know who Black Thought was.
They didn't know what Black Thought was.
Like, they didn't know what Black Thought was. They thought it was like actual Black people's thoughts, and like they would get offended. Like why can't we have white thoughts? Like, and I bet you this is a large percent of these people probably actually watch Jimmy Fallon and don't know that Tariq Trotter is Black Thought.
They might have even been in attendance before.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there were some people that saw his name and had
Black Thoughts. You guys always have to make it about race. Black thoughts. But see, if I said I was having white thoughts, then it would be a problem. I'd be a racist. It's like, oh my gosh, like, yo, you are clueless.
Oh, and there were multiples. There wasn't just one. Yo, why do they keep calling Tariq from Jimmy Fallon Black Thought? Yeah, that one was hilarious too.
Yeah,
like, yo, it's so much like that I can say about this freestyle, but I don't want to be Nick Wright, but I have to say it's one of the greatest things that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
In my 38 years on this wonderful planet.
Yeah.
So salute to the board, man. You as we say, you have that open invitation to the Tissue and Say podcast whenever you want. We will definitely make that happen. That's something that I feel that's a bucket list thing for me. That's somebody that I absolutely have to talk to. That's one of the reasons we started this show. I was like, yo, there's certain people. I was like, Raz was one. bang, got that. You know, it was like that had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq is the other dude that, you know.
He's definitely a connective tissue for this partnership for sure.
Yeah, oh, no doubt. I like what you did there too.
And no pun intended. Yeah, but yeah, man, definitely wanted to talk about the performances before we talk about the moments, because the moments, don't quite have as much skill in them. Some of them, there's a little bit of
yeah. Let's be clear. The moments are not always bar related. It's not always beats and rhymes when it comes to moments. It's something that's of the hip hop culture or for the hip hop culture that it might not even be good. It might just be a moment. You know.
So I'm going to talk about 5 real quick. I'm just going to just give these entities and producers and creators a salute. We just talked about Flex. Definitely want to give him a salute. He's someone that is very polarizing.
He's got the business from me on several occasions on this show. But I can't front on the freestyles. I love him.
Now he's a legend in his own right, and he's taken this platform, and I love what he's done with the series. Even the DJ series was dope.
The we need more of those. So.
Yeah, no, he killed that, and I mean these are DJs that are legends in their own right as well. That people either don't know about or they just need to get more familiar with. So salute to that. He's got the Story to Tell series, and he's just doing his thing, man. I appreciate what he's doing with all the with the machine behind him. So salute to Flex. Hip hop podcast, man. Obviously that's something that's near and dear to us.
Absolutely.
We've seen our show grow as well as seen other shows basically just explode, and we're trying to get to that point as well.
Absolutely.
But salute to all of the we're gonna get into that a little bit more, like the pioneers of this actual medium. But just wanted to just say hip hop podcasts are definitely something that people now, they don't even really have to listen to the radio. They can listen to a Joe Budden. They can listen to a Drink Champs. And, since Drink Champs, their interviews are like 4 hours, that's like a whole week's worth. No, but seriously though, you can, really get into your
as long as the interviews be the one John that I wish was longer. Pause.
Steve Stout.
Steve Stout was definitely, but the Woo joint, like,
okay, yeah.
I felt like they had so much more. I mean, they have 5 of the 9 there.
Yeah, that's a feat in itself too.
Yeah. But I just felt like there was so much more you know.
But yeah, man, shout to Nori for sure, man.
Yeah, that was amazing to get 5 of them to sit down and talk, and they had all kinds of gems that. Mm-hmm. It's always great when you find out new information about when you figure out there can't be anything else that I don't know about these dudes, and you get something that you didn't know. So that was dope. So definitely shout out to Nori.
Yeah, and shout again to Elliot Wilson, B. Dot. There's a lot of good ones out there. Shout to even some of the lesser known ones that we rock with. Whether you want to call them hip hop podcasts, you want to call them hip hop culture podcasts, whatever. But the realest podcast ever. C. Diddy and Matt, hilarious guys, great insight.
Them 2 dudes, man, like
the Cook and the Gooch stars in their own right as well.
Absolutely, they got a movement over there.
Yeah. Can I Kick It? There's just a lot of good ones. Black Girls Podcast, which I mean, you have to say kind of featuring Scotty Beam, who had an incredible 2017.
Definitely.
So shout to her. Man, there's just so much that's popping up that we are appreciative of, and we hope to build with more people, man.
Yeah, man.
More shout outs. Another big moment that happened with Sheether. The tension was definitely bubbling for the couple years that Remy's been home. You know, she's established herself. I think, you know, she shook off a lot of the rust that she may have had. And you know, she was basically ready to, you know, get it going. That, you know, that spot as far as, you know, the number one lady in the game has been Nicki's for, I mean, the past 8 years. If you look at it, I mean, even in years where she's not as active, she's still just in terms of just what she's been able to.
She's the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, she's always there. She may not necessarily win, but she's always in a conversation at least. So,
and it doesn't mean she's the best MC that happens to be a woman, because that's not the case. So I mean, we know who it is, yeah. But hopefully you will too by the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
But you can't take her accomplishments away from her. She's done so much.
Yeah, and I think she's her work ethic and what she's been able to do. I think she's really shown. You know,
and she knows her audience. She right. gives them what they want.
Right.
You know, which you can't be mad at. You know, because obviously there's a lot of people that like what she does. So.
No doubt. Man, Cardi, if we want to talk about Nicki and ladies, we definitely got to talk about Cardi. Cardi B, basically, she went from
I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, she went from the pole to the pole position. You gotta love it, man.
Oh,
only in America. Cardi is just someone whose spirit is just something that you just can't break.
She's undeniable, man. Like
undeniable, man. She's just she will not be denied.
Man, I would have chill with her and just eat a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. And,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but no. She recently just did something that even Nicki hadn't done. She had 3 songs in the top 10, the Hot 100 top 10, Motorsport. With Migos and Nicki, and then Bodak Yellow, and then the No Limit joint with G-Eazy that a lot of people like. So,
and she had a number 1 song in the country, No Features, which also La Femme Monica hasn't done. And again, these aren't shots at Nicki. It's just, you know, because the spot's been hers for so long. It was very interesting to see somebody else come in and kind of
I want like 10 more.
Yeah. But I was like, it was surprising to me that she hadn't done those things. I was like, she didn't do that. I just assumed that she did, you know, with all the success. So it was interesting to see that there's still new heights to be and new goals to be obtained. So shout out to Cardi.
Yeah, it's funny because white girls haven't quite figured it out yet, like how to balance that line. Like even with Iggy, she had her moment, but she, in the long run, like there's just something about it. Like that authenticity, like that Cardi and even Nicki, like you can say, like people may say she's plastic, but she still has that authenticity to her that you just as a lady. As an MC, that just has to be there, and if not, it's only gonna take you. You're gonna start to offend people.
Yeah,
like you really start to look like a vulture. You know, if it's not with, you know, who you are, what you are, like it's just not gonna work. You can do a couple joints, and then you're gonna start to get on people.
And it's not because she's from Australia. It's just
you don't know how to move, like the Crayshawns, the Chanel West Coasts. Like, you know, like it's only like it's cute for a moment, and then you're gonna say something that just doesn't quite, you know, like it just doesn't.
Take it from people that always have to be the best to be recognized for what they do.
Yeah,
you have to be great.
Yeah,
you have to be great. You know how Eminem, whether you like his music or not, you can't front on his lyrical ability, his talent,
and his knowledge too. That's the other thing too.
Exactly.
Dude can spit you every KRS-One, every LL, every, you know, like this was his life. You
I
know?
always call him Bret Hart. He's like excellence in execution. Like he's technically a perfect MC in terms of the actual skill that it takes. And again, it's not a matter of whether you like what he raps about or whatever. It's how he does it. He still gets flat being as skilled as he is.
Mm.
So for you to come in and not be skilled and not be up to par is disheartening, and it makes it easy for people to like get you out of here.
Yeah, no, it's real. And that's why I think Cardi has the ability to be around for a long time and, and just continue to flourish. So, I mean, shout to her.
She's a genuine person. I mean, obviously we don't know her, but I mean, I find it very hard to see, like, it might be a little exaggerated, in the public.
Of course, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her.
And people that know her have said as much. So,
just like Joe Budden, you want to talk about Cardi, Offset. They probably had, as a couple, they definitely took the spot that Nicki and Meek, they took that spot and just usurped it and took it somewhere else. So I remember you saying that that J and B, they're just so out of here that's not really attainable as far as like goals.
Yeah.
But during tax time, you could be old Mika. You could be Nicki and Meek. At least for tax season.
Yeah, man. Get your gram on it popping like in about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
the gram is gonna be on fire, yo. Everybody's gonna be getting these school clothes out.
So I think Cardi and Offset for now at least have definitely taken over that throne. But the Migos interview, man, with Joe Budden. We're not gonna talk about it too much, but we definitely wanted to
academic face, man. That was the moment right there. Like
there were so many
just
moving parts that came together.
The boys in the back, their faces, Julio Jones.
Nah, it was great.
Yeah, yo. Everything about it, yo. The way they stood up in the order of they literally stood up in the order of fame.
Yeah. Things have changed though, man. Offset definitely has taken his shot at being the most famous Migo. So we'll see how that goes.
Yo, do you know the who's who in the Migos?
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, at this point, I didn't.
I promise.
I didn't 12 months ago. It's kind of easy now. It's only 3 of them.
If somebody brought me a briefcase and it had $1 million, I would break out into tears because I don't know.
Nah, it's too easy now. It's only 3.
No, I don't.
Nah, you would know. You would know.
I think the darkest one is Offset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I have 50-50 chance.
Right. Yeah. You would. I got faith in you, man.
I don't, because I like.
All right, LL, man. I mean, he's still on CBS.
Yo, he's getting the gray bag, yo.
Yeah.
Paul's like yo. So the reason I say that, for those who are not aware, CBS has the oldest viewership age.
Yeah.
Per viewer. So I think their average
to this day, like my wife and I, like we're like Pavlov's dogs in the respect that when we hear the 60 Minutes, like we just get automatically sad, yo, because that's the end of the weekend.
Yeah, yo,
that's it.
Time to iron these trousers and get ready for work.
That's it, man. That used to be it. Like Pat Summerall would stop ramming.
Oh man!
All of a sudden there would be a pause.
Yo, when you heard the 60 Minutes joint as a young boy, you knew you had to go to start getting ready for school.
Go get that bathwater running, boy. Yep. So yeah, but no, LL still doing this thing on CBS. Rock and roll.
CSI.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Know,
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer.
CSI Farmers.
And L's still doing this thing, man. Working out, still, healthy. Basically,
lip sync battle.
Yeah, lip sync battle. He took that to another level too. So we wanted to give him a shout. Just like we want to give Jay a shout for 444.
Oh, before you get to Jay, you didn't mention the biggest thing that L did this year.
What's that?
Two things. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I said that. I said Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
In the Kennedy Center.
Oh yeah, Kennedy Center honors for sure.
Yeah, that first hip hop artist to receive Kennedy Center honors.
Yeah, they don't like to see us in that building for that.
It's like the Ed got up in there, and they was still like, well, he made Beverly Hills Cop, so
yeah,
we'll let that one go.
But yeah, man, L. What I was just about to say about Jay, like it's just incredible. Fab at a dope line saying, "What's the use of retiring if you're still inspiring?" And these guys that are in the twilight of their kind of rapping career.
Like, you're so kind. Jay is 67 years old, and he made one of the best albums of his career.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, see him, L, just get these honors like that rappers have never gotten, like Jay with the Songwriter Hall of Fame thing, like the ASCAP thing. Like there's no rappers in the Songwriter Hall of Fame. Like it's all about your pen almost, like for the greats, for the legends. Like it's about your pen. So.
I like that. That's crazy to me. Like I even thought they would have got somebody in there. I'm surprised Shady's not in there. Just right. I mean, just off the strength that
that tells you how much they don't F with hip hop with that. It's like, yo, like, I mean, this is a sport / genre / form of expression that I mean, like publishing is a huge deal. Like they don't talk about publishing like that for country artists or like publishing is a big deal because it really is your words, your thoughts, your
man. There was a study done that I don't quote me on who it was by, I can't remember, but they basically said that per song there's more words is done at a higher level of education in hip hop than any other genre.
No question.
More words, more uses of the different
literary devices.
There you go. That's why I know who got their diploma in 4 years.
That's right.
Walk that out like Rick. No, it's just a thing, where it's like, still, man, like what more do my dudes have to do to get recognized for their genius?
I'm telling you, like the fact that this is actually a moment that we have to recognize is like, all right, guys, don't let it be another 5 years. Like, what do you?
I'm tired of announcing first, so like that shit is whack to me.
We're in 2018, and you be like, yo, I didn't even know that existed. So wait, not only did we not know that it existed, like they were like, oh yeah, by the way, there's a Songwriters Hall of Fame. You're like, what?
Imagine if you had to list all the 1,000-yard rushers and receivers. Imagine if you could list that.
Yeah.
Think about how crazy that would be if you could list everybody that ever ran for 1,000 yards or had 1,000 yards receiving.
Mm-hmm.
With most things in entertainment, we can list everybody that's ever done anything when it comes to black people. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, you can't even name everybody on your favorite team that's ever rushed for 1,000 yards.
Right.
But I can name everybody that's ever won, album of the year that's hip hop.
It's true. I mean, and it's almost a blurred line. I mean, if you look at the Fugees and you look at Outkast, it's like, I mean,
and like the Fugees were literally have. I mean, their biggest hit was a R&B classic song or a cover of an R&B classic, and and Outkast basically had to. The biggest song was actually like a pop song. Like,
Right.
I mean, on
And
that,
don't get it twisted. Speaker Box was not album of the year.
I liked it. It was not album of the year,
It was not album.
especially if Beyonce is number one album of the year, and Yay, whether you love him or hate him,
but I'm just saying, like it
it
was
played them Jesus walks.
right. It was off the strength of Love Below.
No, yo, I mean, of course, I mean, it was off the strength of Hey Ya. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, there. I
Yeah.
mean, shit. The Love Below wasn't the album of the year. I mean, if you want to get real with it,
Not really.
I mean,
Yeah.
what year was that?
03 going into
03?
04. Yeah.
Was College Dropout? Or did it come out the next year?
It came out February 04.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. Because I was about to say.
He lost to Norah Jones.
Yeah, I mean, it's Norah Jones.
I don't know why.
She got one song I like, and I don't know what she is, but it's amazing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, she's got it going on. So yeah. Once again, shout to Jay, shout to L, shout to Cardi, shout to Migos, shout to Joe Budden, who we'll talk about in a little bit.
Jump off.
Funkmaster Flex, Remy, of course, like we said, Drink Champs, Rap Radar, all the different people that we shouted out. Ice Cube, another mogul, legend,
Big
still
three,
doing
man.
things. I had the privilege of seeing him this year. Scratch that off the bucket list. Him and Dub C. It was kind of weird though. Without crazy tunes, you could tell that he definitely, was feeling the fact that
Yeah, man.
he was performing. It's just it's tough to see.
Crazy Tunes was Dub C's brother. Am I correct in saying it? Was it his brother?
I really want to say yes, but I don't want to be wrong. Yeah. I really want to say yes, though. But they definitely,
it was his friend. Regardless, yeah. Is somebody that they lost. Yeah,
but, they've been doing this routine, since the West Side Connection days, and
yeah, you're talking about 20 years,
right? So this.
I'm sure they were doing it well before West Side Connection. I mean the Mad Circle,
right?
So
yeah, Cube, this was, just to see him perform and see him in a festival setting was cool, but he definitely let it be known that there was definitely a void that was there. So, he did the festivals. He did the Big Three, which wasn't in the convention centers and the little, high school gyms or the outside, ballpark.
He took it to the arenas.
He took it to the NBA arenas, which is
take to the stage.
So, man, big shout to Big Three, which is going to be bigger and better, I guess, every year. They're going to be showing live games this year.
Yeah, that's dope.
No tape delay. So, man, the Big Three was definitely one of the biggest things that happened.
Yo, I'm putting it out there, yo. Big Three. It's gonna be on 2K19.
I think so.
It'd be fucking dope. Like as a mini game, something that you can do as a mode you could play.
It would be.
Yeah,
I mean, they already have the obviously the various blacktop games you can play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3.
But if you could do like the Big Three, how online how dope that would be. And then you could take any 3 players and play Big Three, or your created players and play in the Big Three. Yo, come on, Cube, holla at me.
These last 2 moments, like you said, they're not all fun, they're not all great, but we definitely wanted to just highlight and give people an idea of how we feel about these 2 gentlemen we're about to mention next. We mentioned Bandana P. We mentioned Prodigy. And we just wanted to just make sure that it's known that he will be severely missed, but his music and his words and his impact, just his way of viewing life will live on forever. And then also Combat Jack, someone who has pioneered this medium that we call podcasting,
Especially for hip hop.
Especially for hip hop. He did it in the audio form. He did it where he was selling tickets for people to come see him just do his podcast. He did it on the video form with Complex. He's had different iterations of it, and he basically showed everybody how to do it from a professional and excellent.
So many innovations. Like when you listen to the early version of the show, it adapted. They had segments. They had so many, like some of the best interviews with hip hop artists I've ever heard were conducted by Reggie Osei, aka Combat Jack, man. And so just to get the news that we lost him, it was rough for me as somebody. That's one of those things that it's a regret that I'll just have to learn to live with, because that's somebody that I either wanted to go on. I wanted to have me and you on Combat Jack, or have the opportunity for us to interview Combat Jack. That was just something that I always wanted to do, because I learned so much about hip hop and hip hop artists from listening to Combat, and then just learning about podcasts and how to conduct the interview and how to do a podcast. I'm still learning stuff. So it was just one of those real kind of surreal things, like where even though we didn't know him, he was definitely a mentor and somebody that I can say, speaking on behalf of the entire crew, that we looked up to as a pioneer and as an innovator and as just somebody that was supremely talented at what they did.
Yeah, now he had seen it all, from the contracts to the to the shift in power in various different buildings, to being responsible for inspiring a lot of different acts, and people that weren't even artists, like people that were tastemakers, people that were purveyors of the culture, that just everybody. It wasn't just about artists, it was about literally hip hop culture all around, all across the board. Anybody that had love for it, he had love for you. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, so, man. So definitely shout out to Combat's entire family, his friends, his crew, everybody that he worked with, and all his fans. We're definitely going to miss him, and we will continue to carry on what you started, and just representing for it and bringing people hip hop culture. So definitely rest in peace, Jack.
Yeah, for sure, and rest in peace, P, as well. Prodigy.
That was another thing, man. That I was so happy that we got to do the Prodigy episode. I think I felt good about it. I think it was real cool. We got Reem on there, which was even more cool. We got some cool anecdotes, just about Prodigy and his music and Mobb Deep's music. So it was super cool that we got to do that. But it's something that it was rough, because again, that's somebody, like I had just watched him at the Roost picnic, and then it felt like less than a week later he was gone. Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, like, and then I was talking to one of my homies. He was like, he got there late and he didn't see the performance, and he was like, oh, I'll catch him, and that's one of the things like we often talk about, man. I think when we talked to Rockness, he also said the same thing. Like he's like, I'm gonna catch him, and then I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna catch him at the next show, and I didn't. So it's one of those things, man. We say it often, and you hear other people say it too. the people that you admire, the people that you respect, let them know that you appreciate them. Check out their show, buy their music. Just really take that time to appreciate them because it's not guaranteed. That you're going to get that second opportunity.
Yeah.
The champ often tells a story that we had the chance to go to the Prince #1 show, and she was like, no, I gotta, she was getting her master's, and she was like, no, I gotta do this paper, yada yada yada. And I'm like, and me, I'm like, yo, let's do it, we'll make it work, yada yada. And she didn't, and she was like, yo, we'll catch them, boom boom, as circumstances have it, we never got that chance again. And now we'll never get that chance.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So that we just got to live with the fact that, and that's one of her favorite, if not her favorite artists, and she never got to see him live, and she has to be all right with that because it's just what it is. Yeah. So when you get those opportunities, take them because we never know what happens tomorrow.
That's right. That's why we're doing this show, my guy. And we got a couple more segments.
What else we got, maybe?
So, MC, man. Let's talk about the MC real quick.
You already know, man. Skills.
So we do a thing that's called Best MCs in the World. And essentially, it's 10 plus 1. Because we reserve a spot for Black Thought at the top, so he's there.
Yeah, until further notice.
Until somebody else is there. Shout to Jimmy. What up, Jimmy? What up, Blue? We'll see you.
No doubt.
He tried to tell us that Royce is in that spot, and then literally 48 hours later, that's when the Flex freestyle came out. It was so crazy.
Yo, yeah, we were going back and forth.
We had like a 2-hour just knock him out, drag him out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yo, we just have to agree to disagree. Once you get to that point, then it's whatever.
Yeah. Well, once grown men said we're going to agree to disagree, you know that's the slamming the door and going to bed angry.
Right. Right. That's when you start to hear all the sounds good. I hear you.
Word.
Yeah. All right.
For real.
Yeah. True. But
right. What up? or you ever hit him with the
Yeah. All the time. Conway the Machine is in this category as far as MCs. We talked about why.
Boom, boom.
Rhapsody is in this conversation as far as top MCs. We told you why. Kendrick Lamar is in this conversation as far as top MCs. We told you why.
There's a lot of people in this conversation.
There's a lot. Jay-Z, definitely, with everything that he did this year.
King Crooked.
Crooked is.
Scott. I mean, there's so. I mean, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. I mean, there's just when I just think about best MCs in the world. There's so many people that we listen to that don't get the props that they deserve because they're not, they're not in the public eye 24/7. But this is strictly for the people who say the dopest shit in the dopest way. That's what MC of the year is for. When we give out that Hippy, that means you said that shit.
And it was for 2017. It was Royce the 5'9".
Bars and for the end.
And in his features too, just everything.
No. I mean, he did more than that, but I mean,
but I was saying everything that he did in 2017 was just at a expert level.
The shit he did with Consequence,
he's just somewhere else with it right now.
Yeah, he's definitely on another planet. And we talked about this. This dude he was already a dope MC years ago. He's at a whole different level. Yeah. Like I was trying to think of anybody that was like a dope artist that went down the line and got better. And I can't. I'm trying to figure out, like, usually when people come out, that usually their first shit is typically the best. It's the thing. People still talk about Reasonable Doubt no matter what Jay does.
Yeah, I mean, with music, there's a lot of prodigies. I'm speaking in the sense of people that were young and just ahead of their time,
Yeah.
especially in rap. Yeah,
Um.
I mean, he's leading the class of someone who
Well,
was.
I mean, would Tupac be considered someone? I mean, I know he got more popular, but did he get better?
No, he definitely got better. I think he found. He
That's
found
kind of unfair since he was only 25.
I
But
think he found his voice in various lanes too. So
yeah,
where he was great as a poet, he definitely honed his skills as an MC. Where technically he was better. Delivery was impeccable after a while. Where it wasn't starting off. He was finding himself. So I think he definitely is in.
but I mean, we're talking about Royce. Royce was what, in '97. We're talking about 20 years.
99.
I thought Batman's Evil came. Batman's no,
So
yeah, all right,
Infinite was 96, and then Slim Shady LP was 99. So 99.
okay. So
Yeah.
he's coming up on 19 years in the game.
Basically, yeah. Yep.
Nothing he did, as
Boom,
much as
boom,
I enjoy. I mean,
boom.
Boom Boom is one of my favorite songs ever. But the lyrical, the shit he says and the way he puts the phrases together,
Mm.
there's nothing from that Boom era
Nah.
that's sounding like anything he's doing right now.
There's a different type of lyricism that's going on now. Anyway, with
Yeah.
the guys that are really spitters, just the wittiness and the way that they're able to manipulate things is just.
Yeah, I kind of compared it to like the dunk contest one time. Like when Dr. J first took off from the free throw line,
Mm.
it was the most amazing thing anybody had ever seen. 10 years later, some doofy looking white guy took off from the free throw line and it's
Dr.
like
Great Berry, Bones.
and and pretty much any garden variety super athlete,
Yeah.
that'll never make the NBA can
But
take.
now you got Zach LaVine who's putting it between his legs from the free throw line.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. So like that, like the evolution of the dunk contest, where the dudes are so good at doing dunks that we thought were amazing that we almost don't want to see it because it's like,
yeah,
you 360 between your legs, yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he
It.
just gave him 400 bars. What? Like that was like somebody's career back in the day.
Yeah, like when you think about some of the greats, like 10-track album,
Yeah,
every other year, maybe get a 10-year run, and then it was a wrap.
mm-hmm.
There's more lyrical content in Bar Exam 4 than some of the greatest MCs ever from past eras entire career, just because of the nature of the game. It's fucking.
And that's not a knock or a diss. It's just the evolution of how it is, though.
And Royce is one of those dudes who's supremely talented, and he knows that I can do this in my sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you. Bar Exam 4 was literally, I'm going to show you, I'm going to out rap the shit out of everybody, for an entire mixtape.
Yeah.
Catch me if you can.
Yep.
Nobody caught him.
Yeah, no, it was dope. When
Not a soul.
When he let people know that he had Heaven Studios in his house, and he was like, "Yo, this is what I'll be doing for the next few months." That definitely, let people know that the world was on notice, so to speak. So man, shout to Royce the 5'9", definitely MC of the year, Conway the Machine, Black Thought, Rhapsody, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z. We're putting Royce right there at the top of that. And we're standing beside that. We will be coming out with a new list for best MCs in the world. And, looking forward to updating that list a little bit.
My bad, I'm back.
So yeah,
look like Scarface desk outside, yo.
Yeah, yo.
Shout out to the snow day.
But yeah, the new best MCs in the world list coming soon. TissueInTheTape.com.
Oh, let's go.
Really quick, as we get to the end of the Hippies, we got 2 more categories that we're gonna concentrate on for the show. I wanted to just talk about songs. We just want to just go through them. These songs, these are either joints in the audio form that caught our attention, or joints that have videos that that accompany the dopeness.
Como?
For example, like "Don't Kill Us," but "Good Drink" by 2 Chainz is the first one I'm going to mention.
I like that joint.
Anybody that saw his performance on Jimmy Fallon, he had the church choir there, and they actually came out with they made a single out of that. It was one of the best performances probably.
Chainz is another one of those dudes, man. Just like the level of charisma is so infectious that even him not rapping, he's still entertaining.
Yeah. So yeah, man, "Good Drink," "Shine," shout to Meek.
Yeah. Technically that one was I think we had to disqualify that one. Because it was technically 2016, although it did get extended love because it was on it was on HBO on Ballers. But I think it's actually on their playlist, but I think we what we did 1942 flows.
1942 flows. Yeah, there you go. Would have sell my soul. Not to me. "Kill Jill," one of my favorites. Big Boy, Jeezy, Killer Mike, Atlanta greatness.
Yeah.
"Free Smoke," Drake. Anybody that went to a high school basketball game, a college basketball game, or NBA game, when they were in the layup line, you heard "Free Smoke"
all day.
"Black and Ugly," Rhapsody, BJ the Chicago Kid.
Like that dude, man.
Definitely one of the better hook / R&B guys doing it nowadays. And Chicago got the hook dudes, man. Jeremiah and BJ, man. They're
Raheem Devon.
Yeah.
Hold on. Gotta go make sure my dog not an icicle. Hold on, God.
So yeah, "Black and Ugly" definitely a joint that was a highlight on that Layla's Wisdom. As well as "Black and Ugly" on Layla's Wisdom, we had to give a shout to
that small crying brick.
We had to give a shout to "Nobody," Anderson .Paak, and Black Thought.
Absolutely.
"Bamboo," our guy Sky Zoo, Mark Infinite on the beat.
More fire.
Yeah, just dope. Incredible visual with it too.
95 Bad Boy logo too. Definitely just a shout out too.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Santorini, Greece, Big Dog on the beat. Martin Scorsese / Ricky Ross. Given that opulence and what he does. Super Predator, Static Selector with Joey Badass
and Styles.
And Styles P. Chopping Block, which was our treat from Slaughterhouse. I guess maybe we'll get one during the year now.
I could rock with that.
Yeah. Duckworth, definitely a joint that we wanted to make sure we highlighted. Knife Wondra, with the 3 different beats. The story that Knife tells is that he thought that he had 3 placements on the new Kendrick album, and then he was surprised to find out that all 3 beats were one song. So that's the things that happen sometimes. People say Mathematics with Inspector Deck, Redman, Method Man, definitely a dope joint. Wu-Tang.
Tang.
What was the Diamonds joint?
Oh, Apollo Brown and
Yes.
Planet Asia.
Yeah.
Diamonds. Oh, you talking about black opulence, yo? Like that's a yo, that I looked at my play counts. I know I said it was Raekwon's The Rain, but that was the song that I actually played the most.
Okay. And Raekwon's The Rain is awesome.
We had Lord.
Yeah, also one of the joints that we had to highlight. And just for Phil, I got to do this one just because when he first heard this joint, he made sure that I listened to it right away. But Jail University, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah,
silly, that joint is so good that
one of the best joints of the year.
I was like, man, I should have got me some years. Yeah, I mean, but that joint. Just the fact that how ill do you have to be to even come up with that? Like, you're like, maybe going to jail is better than going to college. Here's why, and actually make you be like, maybe he's right. like yo, that shit is wild, man. Yo, shout out to Shy, man.
Yeah, no.
Shy Stimuli, man. Definitely check out the Lazarus album.
Yeah.
You niggas are sleeping, but that's a whole nother thing.
The actual title track of Return of the Cool, Nick Grant, just bars upon bars. If you listen to him, you still figure stuff out a little bit later after you initially hear it. So we love that from our MC. So shout to him on that.
That's son of AZ.
What else we got? Story of OJ.
Okay.
Is actually nominated for Record of the Year. We'll see how that goes in a couple weeks.
That's so ill to me, yo. And that one actually had a video. Very what's the best word? It wasn't informative. That's not the right word. It was eye-opening just to see Jay's bit of self-deprecation. You know, he's always Mr. Cool, Unflappable, but he even poked fun at himself. Not fun, but kind of shed a light on himself in the sense that, you know, he's not immune to some of the wayward ways that black people can have in misleading themselves and the flock.
Yeah,
I mean, so he held himself to the same, you know, standards that he was holding others to, and in doing that, it doesn't make the song preachy. I think that's why it works, because he didn't stand up on a mountain and point down and be like, you motherfuckers keep doing this. He walked down there and said, us motherfuckers are doing this. So it makes a difference when you do it that way.
He did it in his own way, as far as talking about, like, you know, what people know him for, and that's money. And he's like, you think I'm so savvy? Well,
yeah, I basically lost $23 million because I could have dropped $2 million and you know, had something that's worth 25.
Right.
You know, so
No Dope on Sundays, the title track, 3 verses from Sci-Hi, a verse from Push without drums, and Push in his 16. Thanks Sci-Hi for not having drums. He was appreciative that he was just having a conversation, because it's just a conversation. So shout to them.
You don't need drums when you're speaking what you know.
Yeah. I think that Sci is like a mix of Razcast, Killer Mike, and King Push. So
That's a great
yeah,
that's a great
you got the Atlanta of Killer Mike and kind of some of the consciousness that he exudes. You got the lyricism and also some of the forward thinking of Razcast, and then you got the hustler dope boy. My OGs raised me off this type of thinking way
and that wittiness of all three of those gentlemen have, so he's definitely, I'm so happy for Saha, man, just because this is another dude that we would kind of no pun intended stand for, just be like, yo, like this dude is dope, like why y'all acting like he's not, well, he ain't putting nothing out. I'm like, yo, well, I mean, he had a mixtape, that was pretty fucking fire. He had a mixtape series, that was pretty dope, blah, blah, blah. Well, he ain't got no retail. Like, I don't know why that's the standard, but for whatever reason, it is. So here's the retail, and it's the best shit that we heard all year.
Yeah.
I mean, bottom line, and No Dope on Sundays might be the best song.
No, he did his thing. Amen was another joint that we wanted to highlight. That was
intro.
That was the intro. He gave you 2 verses, and then he came back with the 12 commandments of hustling, which was just, it was like we were cool with the 2 verses, and then you just took it to another level. He was like, yo, this guy is snapping. And, for that to be the intro, that was definitely a good look. Last ones, Styles P, Talib Kweli, the closing out the 7.
Every time it comes up on my playlist, I look at it and I was like, and they've done songs before together early on in Talib's career. Styles was on the they did a version of, I want to say Gotcha Open or Buck 'em Down, one of the Black Moon classics on the Quality mixtape, and early on. But it's still like, it's like one of those mashups that you just don't think would happen, and it happened. It was dope.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. Train Tracks, that was a Drake that you talked about from First Evil Part 2. Shout to King Crooked. Idols Become Rivals. Had so many quotables in there. Can't forget about Lil Bro and them. So yeah.
Last request. Can all producers please get paid?
Yeah. So Soul Food by Fab and Kiss. A lot of quotables in that joint, man. Fab killed it. Just
eye jammies though.
Yeah, man. More stamps on the passport, less trips to Miami. Yeah, I can't kid you. I gotta adult you. Yeah. But Marcy Me, one of my favorite joints off of 444.
That is my favorite joint off of 444.
It gave you a good idea where his head was at as far as old Brooklyn, not this new shit. Like that's
feel like a spoof.
Yeah. So definitely I love the shouts at the end. No String,
vertical.
Like yo, like we know so much about that neighborhood to an extent that like for me to be able to say No Strand, Myrtle, and Flushing, like it's nothing to me. Like he told us so much about Marcy, like houses. Like I feel like I really know like the intersections. I know how to at least stay away from there, if nothing else.
and in the tissue, our Brooklyn ties are so deep from like in our personal and in just doing this show. Everybody from Ivy to Sky to Torre, to the very soon coming up with Rockness,
Yeah.
Ace OC. I mean, there's so much.
But much like Tissue and the Tape, it is like the de facto home of the EMC, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why they call it the planet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, not for nothing. Our guest roster will wash most of y'all.
DNA, man. The whole Kung Fu Kenny concept as far as Don Cheadle, I thought that was dope. And when I first heard he was going, but to have Don Cheadle in the video rapping the bars, that was just next level. And that's the type of stuff that Apple, Beats, Interscope, Aftermath, Dre, Jimmy. That's the type of stuff you can do.
And it's a video that people actually have seen, like, because a lot of songs have videos and you never see them. Yeah. Like there's no like MTV doesn't play videos.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
BT doesn't play videos anymore.
But when you got that machine behind you,
they find a way.
Sky's the limit, man. I mean, they were like, "Oh, Kung Fu Kenny, you want to get Don Cheadle in here rapping your bars? Okay, I'll just make a call. No, don't worry about it."
No, so Don Cheadle, I think they be having like actors like in like a gumball machine, and you can go in there and you drop in your record, and you can turn the joint and pick one out. Like, yeah, the machine, like, as much as I don't like labels, there is something to be said. Like, they get shit done.
Yeah, I mean, in certain circles, like
in certain
for the most
most
important artists, of the past decade. Yeah, sure. Like he can get what he wants.
Yeah, like
yeah. So
yeah, like Shady got Beyonce on a on a rap ballad.
Yeah,
like she wasn't even. I mean, she was barely on her husband's album. I mean,
right?
You know,
yeah.
She was featured more prominently on M's album than she was on 444.
Yeah.
So that's
so those are just a few of the joints that we wanted to highlight. Phil, did I miss any?
I think I would be remiss, and you would be too, if we did not talk about the Slangwich remix. We mentioned it part one.
Yeah.
But welcome to User Tech. So proud to be from my city. Yo, Slangwich remix was
Jamla's own Don Flamingo.
Don Flamingo featuring the Locks and Killer Cleon.
Donnie.
Yeah. He on BET more than Leprechaun 3. Yo, but Slangwich, the Too Short sample on that joint, that's how the track opened.
Yeah.
I just a New Orleans nigga. Yo, that joint, the regular version was fire, but that remix, you know, as a LOX locksmith. So that joint was definitely one of the standouts of the year. Couple of the Static had a couple joints. The joint with Run the Jewels from 8. And the last song there with Jewels. That joint. I mean, so yeah, it was a lot of good. Belly had a joint. Man, listen.
But overall, though, great year as far as albums, as far as songs.
No doubt.
As far as come ups, I feel like we saw the evolution of a lot of people that were right on the cusp, like Chance, that we highlighted a couple years ago that now really had the year that he's
that was the other one. I couldn't think of who the other person. Yeah. So let's bust it down real quick. I don't remember the exact order, but the 6 years we've done this, we've had The very first one was I want to say Sky Zoo.
I think it was Sky, yeah.
Next year Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's about right.
Next year Killer Mike. It might flip flop Killer Mike and Rhapsody.
Maybe
Because it's right when Run the Jewels had started, like right when it was the first album was dropping. We had Chance.
Yeah.
And then Griselda.
Yeah, that's about right. I think that.
And then our boy
RJ Payne.
RJ Payne.
Just really quick as far as artists, we're giving a salute to Khaled for once again just continuing doing what he's doing. Just every time you look, he's doing something new. Salute to Khaled.
This dude has a he's a spokesperson. He's a digital spokesperson for Weight Watchers now,
yo.
Yeah. Yo, Khaled gets bags.
No question.
Yo, he is the bag man.
Chance, who we mentioned again, he's his tours, his stage show. I had a chance to see him live. He was phenomenal.
He's hosted more. He's hosted Saturday Night Live like 11 times.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Chance. Man, Button, man, Joe Button, Joggle.
Yeah. Jump off, Joe Beasley.
Yeah. Congrats to him on becoming a father, and
said on top, you son.
Yeah. He had a wonderful 2017. And we already mentioned Jay, but I mean overall, I really think that Kendrick was head and shoulders above everybody just from the impact standpoint. Again, everything that he was able to do from touring to his visuals to
and
the album.
Technically it's 2018, but it was announced in 2017, so we're gonna rock with it. At the national championship game, allegedly. Shout out to Florida. But anyway, Kendrick's gonna do the halftime of the national championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Super Bowl Junior. I mean, like for all intents and purposes, and it's gonna be because Alabama's playing Georgia, especially in these here parts. It's gonna be one of the most watched.
Television.
They're already conference rivals.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be something to see. But the fact that he's the halftime show entertainment.
Yeah, says a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we wanted to make sure that we just let everybody know that tissueandthetape.com is on the way. The Hippys, this is just, our thoughts, how we feel. We got playlists that we have for this as far as the songs that we mentioned, as far as the albums that we mentioned, just everything all across the board. We're hoping for more books. I hope more rappers write books, more authors write about the culture, more people, do children's books involving hip hop, and just everything that you can to move this particular way of life, forward. That's what we're looking to do, and that's what we're hoping everybody that we named, as well as some of the people that we didn't necessarily include prominently, have a chance to do in 2018.
Yes, sir.
Filmatic, I appreciate you, my brother.
Always, man. You already know, man.
You got to get the cooking, though, man. We're definitely 6 years deep as far as Hip Hop 365 / Tissue and the Tape. We're coming up on our 4th anniversary of Tissue and the Tape on April 19th, and we're ready, man. We got broad shoulders, and we're ready for the responsibility.
Ready, no lance.
Yeah. So on that note, take us out with the fader.
But before I take us out with the fader, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that rocked with us in 2017. First and foremost, want to give a shout out to you. I could not be doing this every week without you. God Got to give a shout out to the War Room Generals.
Yes, sir.
Dev, Jim, B. Austin, all our other homies in the War Room, Sports Podcast Network, the Burtons, Roy and Chris on the Broad Street line, you know, my better half on the couch, and the artists. I do not want to forget anybody, so I'm not going to try to name everybody that was on in 2017, but definitely want to give a huge shout out to every single
I
artist
think
that.
we're gonna make a post out of everybody.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
But I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that rocked with us, took time out of their schedules, you know, work with us when the technology didn't always want to work with us. You know, they made it work. You know, so Stallone and Weathers, definitely want to give y'all a shout out because I see y'all. I see what y'all doing. Shout out to everybody that we couldn't link with, that we tried, and for whatever reason it fell through, or it just wasn't the right time. We definitely still want to make all those things happen. As Bob mentioned, tissueandtape.com is on the way. We got a gym that we're working on for that, specifically for that. So stay tuned for more info on that.
To all our fellow Heat holders as well. Shout to Reem, shout to G, shout to DJ Rick G's, best DJ in the world.
Bar none, excluding nobody. Shout out to the homie, man. He's definitely the homie has some as you'll probably heard if you listen to this from the beginning, you probably heard what the homie has, and got some more treats after I finish talking. So I'm going to do that, and I'm gonna just say what I always say, you know, except I'm gonna do it in Technicolor this time for my guy Combat. Work for the money, live for the love, and die for what you believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape, the home of the MC, the home of hip hop culture. Respect, Heat holders.
Get torched.
Always.